The Meet a Researcher service, operated by Young Academy Finland, connects schools and researchers. Teachers invite researchers to a 45-minute virtual visit carried out by a service such as Teams, Meet, Zoom or Skype. Meet the Researcher is inspired by the global Skype a Scientist service. The purpose of the service is to advance scientific education by making researchers visit to schools as easy as possible, regardless of geography or financial resources. While Finland has only 5.5 million inhabitants, its surface area is roughly the same size as that of Germany. From the point of view of the rural areas, the universities and research institutes are far away. Enabling virtual visits thus promotes equality in education. From the researcher's perspective, the Meet a Researcher service provides an easy and fun channel to take part in science education, to encourage interest in science and research, and to have an impact.
Yes, for sure. I definitely would recommend, because in addition for really giving the school children the possibility to ask a question from a scientific specialist, in addition, it's very good for us because it's really making us to rethink our research and really use different vocabulary, and in this way maybe making our research more relevant for the wider public as well.
So for me, it has been really interesting to explain your research for non-experts. So usually when you are at work, you communicate with people who are experts in the same field of research. And then if you are asked to explain your research to high school students or elementary school students, you need to take a different approach. So you need to explain your research in terms that they can understand. And this is, I think, also very valuable for researchers to learn to communicate their research in a more simple terms. It's also interesting to explain to high school and elementary school students what do you actually do as a researcher, how is the work of researcher like. So that's very interesting as well, because for students it's not so clear what researchers do.
There's a lot of students, especially I think a lot of students, who don't live in Helsinki area or Tampere or these big cities. For them, somebody living in the countryside, of course, it's a wonderful opportunity to meet a scientist that they would never have otherwise. So it promotes concept of equality as well, like regional equality, which is great, I think. It's sometimes hard to just get those people if you don't know them. Or nobody knows them from before. So this service is helpful. It's like one step less, or maybe even several steps less, to get the people into your classroom.
It didn't really matter the last time that this topic wasn't really my cup of tea. I still enjoyed it a great deal and learned a lot. And that really, I think, that was because this presentation had an interesting viewpoint. It was well presented, and it also included some general parts concerning this making science or the career as a researcher. Mm-hmm. So I believe the lectures really can provide something for everybody, because not everybody will be so interested on the topic itself, but they can learn from the general part. And then there's also room for asking questions, which I found was really, really fantastic, so that you could bring your concerns or your thoughts to the conversation and ask for opinion, or maybe tell even a little critic and get some proper answer on it. So it was conversation with a brilliant people.
So, what did the participants get out of the service? Researchers emphasized the new perspectives opened up by the totally new audience. School teacher, the regional equality, and the service as a resource. and the participating students the enlightening conversations and then learning about science as a career.